Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we go beyond the headlines and right into the heart of all things Web3.
It's sort of like tuning into your favorite Web3 news channel,
Yeah,
but we're going to slow things down a bit.
exactly. We're adding a little more context,
A little more insight.
getting you thinking a bit more deeply about what's going on.
And this week is particularly interesting.
Yeah, what's going on this week?
Because we're seeing the global reach of Web3.
Yeah.
We've got stories from the US, Asia, even a tiny Himalayan nation.
I love it. It's a whirlwind tour, and we are your guides.
That's right.
But before we get going, a quick reminder.
Yes.
We are here to inform and entertain.
Absolutely.
But not to advise.
This is not financial advice.
Do your own research.
Always do your own research.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's dive into our first headline. Oklahoma's going full crypto cowboy.
That's right. Senator Dusty Deevers has introduced the Bitcoin Freedom Act.
Ooh, I love that name.
It would allow residents to receive their salaries in Bitcoin and make payments with it as well.
So it's like a Wild West showdown with inflation and those potential CBDCs.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, stands for central bank digital currencies.
Yes, it does.
Devers is arguing that Bitcoin promotes financial sovereignty.
Right.
Giving people more control over their own money.
That's the idea.
So how does this fit into the larger trend of U.S. states becoming these crypto havens?
Oh, we've seen this in a few places,
Yeah.
like Texas,
Right.
Wyoming.
It's almost like a competition to attract all the crypto businesses and talent.
It really is.
Okay, so from cowboys to, well, let's just say a different kind of American icon.
Okay.
President Donald Trump has dropped his first NFT collection,
He has.
and it's on Bitcoin.
That's right. Trump digital trading cards,
Catchy.
specifically a mugshot edition.
Mugshot edition. Okay.
And you can actually redeem these for Bitcoin ordinals on Magic Eden.
Okay, so for those who aren't familiar with Bitcoin ordinals, what are we talking about?
Imagine a digital artifact that's inscribed directly onto the Bitcoin blockchain.
Okay.
It's a new twist on NFTs.
So moving beyond platforms like Ethereum.
Exactly.
Interesting.
What I think is really intriguing is the choice of subject matter mugshots.
Yeah.
It's certainly unconventional.
Yeah, unconventional.
But it's a sign that even polarizing figures are recognizing the potential of Web3.
It really makes you think, how do these high-profile forays into NFTs impact wider adoption?
Right. Does it legitimize the space?
Yeah.
Or does it,
Add to that perception of it being a little bit out there.
a little bit out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move from the world of NFTs back to the core of crypto Bitcoin.
Yes.
The Biden administration is making waves with plans to sell off $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Wow.
This was seized from the Silk Road marketplace.
That is a hefty chunk of Bitcoin.
And the timing is interesting.
Yes.
Just before a new administration takes office.
Right.
So could this impact the market?
Potentially before the new president even steps in. Exactly. It raises a lot of questions about the government's role in the crypto market.
Absolutely. Should they be holding these assets, selling them?
Is there something else entirely they should be doing with it?
It's a debate that's going to continue as more governments grapple with crypto.
Yeah, for sure. All right, from the U.S., let's jet off to Thailand, where they're trying to attract tourists with Bitcoin, of course.
Oh, of course.
So Thailand is piloting a program in Phuket that allows tourists to pay for things with Bitcoin.
That's right.
But there's a little caveat.
They have to register with a local exchange first
Okay.
and verify their identity.
So imagine landing in Phuket, you're ready for vacation, you don't even have to worry about exchanging currencies,
It makes things so much easier.
especially with all the recent events like the Russia-Ukraine war.
Yeah, it could be a game changer for travelers.
Huge. And it taps into this growing trend of countries leveraging crypto for tourism,
Absolutely.
which could boost local economies,
For sure.
make things smoother for those international visitors. Speaking of embracing crypto, let's talk about a country that's often overlooked in the Web3 world,
Okay.
Bhutan.
Bhutan, interesting.
They've been quietly mining Bitcoin, taking advantage of their abundant hydroelectric power.
Smart.
But they're not stopping their 10. Jillifu Mindfulness City. It's a special administrative region in Bhutan.
Okay.
They are planning to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB as part of their strategic reserves.
Wow.
It's a fascinating move for a nation that is often seen as isolated and traditional.
Right. They're not just dipping their toes into crypto. They were diving in head first.
I love that analogy. It challenges our traditional ideas about national wealth and what constitutes a strategic reserve.
It really does.
Will we see other countries follow Bhutan's lead?
That's a question worth pondering.
It is okay from the Himalayas to the bustling streets of Hong Kong, where a lawmaker has a bold proposal.
I'm intrigued.
Lawmaker Wu Ji wants to use Hong Kong's exchange fund to buy and hold Bitcoin,
Interesting.
aiming to boost the crypto industry and bring in more revenue. This is a stark contrast to mainland China's approach to crypto.
Very different.
It really speaks volumes about Hong Kong's ambition to become a major global crypto hub.
It does. It's a race, and they are determined to be front runners.
But could this actually work?
That's the big question. We'll have to see how feasible it is, considering Hong Kong's financial position and the global competition in the crypto space.
Okay, we've covered continents, we've covered economies, but we've also got a little bit of Web3 drama for you.
Ooh, I love the drama.
This one involves a Solana co-founder,
Okay.
a divorce, and a whole lot of stake tokens.
Oh, boy.
Solana co-founder Stephen Ackridge is being sued by his ex-wife, who claims he secretly earned millions from staking her Solana without her knowledge.
That's messy.
It's a messy legal battle centered on how to divide crypto assets during a divorce.
Wow.
This highlights just how complex crypto ownership can get.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to personal relationships and legal matters.
And then you add staking into the mix.
Another layer of complexity.
For those who don't know, staking basically means locking up your crypto to help secure a blockchain network and earn rewards.
Right.
This case raises so many questions.
It does. What constitutes ownership in the world of crypto?
Yeah.
What happens when those lines are blurred during a divorce?
And does current law even have the tools to handle these new complexities?
It's a great question.
It's a reminder that while the technology is racing ahead, the legal frameworks are still trying to catch up.
They are, and sometimes that creates a messy collision.
It does. And that wraps up part one of our deep dive into this week's Web3 news. From governments embracing Bitcoin to personal dramas unfolding on the blockchain, it's clear that Web3 is impacting the world in increasingly complex ways.
Absolutely. Stick around for part 2, where we unpack the implications of these stories and explore what they mean for the future of Web3.
We'll dive into the potential benefits and risks of this rapidly evolving landscape, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're continuing our exploration of this week's Web3 news, and as we've seen so far,
It's anything but boring.
it's been quite a ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, a real roller coaster, from government initiatives to that wild world of NFTs, and even
A bit of legal drama.
a little legal drama. But what I find fascinating is how these seemingly disparate stories are all connected
Right. They paint a picture of Web3's growing impact.
on the world. Yeah, let's circle back to that eyebrow-raising story about former President Trump and his Bitcoin NFTs.
Oh, yes. That's still generating a lot of buzz.
As it should.
Rightfully so. It raises some interesting questions about the evolving nature of NFTs
Yeah.
and their relationship with mainstream culture.
The choice of mugshots as the subject matter,
I know.
it was certainly unexpected.
Unexpected, some might even say audacious.
Audacious, yes,
Oh, yeah.
but it seems to have captured people's attention.
It certainly has. It's a reminder that Web3 is often at the intersection of technology culture
And in this case,
and politics.
it challenges traditional notions of what an NFT can be and who can participate in this space.
Exactly.
It also makes you wonder about the long-term implications for NFT adoption.
Yeah. Does a high-profile figure like Trump entering the space legitimize it for a wider audience?
Right. Or does it reinforce existing skepticism?
It's a complex issue
Very complex.
with no easy answers, but it's a conversation worth having as NFTs continue to evolve and find their place in the mainstream.
Speaking of complex issues, let's revisit the Biden administration's decision to sell off that massive chunk of Bitcoin.
Oh, yes. That sparked a lot of debate.
It really did.
It raises important questions about how governments should handle seized crypto assets.
Right. Like, is a large-scale sale like this the best approach?
What are the potential consequences for the market?
Some argue that it's a responsible way to return funds to the Treasury,
Right.
while others worry about the impact on Bitcoin's price
Mm-hmm.
and the potential for manipulation.
It also highlights the need for clearer regulations and guidelines
Yeah.
for governments navigating the crypto world.
Because the current lack of clarity creates uncertainty for everyone involved.
For everyone. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about Thailand's innovative approach to attracting tourists with Bitcoin.
Yes, this is a prime example of how countries are recognizing the potential of Web3 to boost their economies.
Thailand's pilot program in Phuket is particularly interesting because it focuses on making things easier for visitors.
Right, yeah.
Imagine being able to pay for your vacation with Bitcoin.
Without the hassle of currency exchange.
Exactly.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant way to tap into that growing number of crypto-savvy travelers.
Especially in a world where global events can disrupt traditional financial systems.
Yeah, for sure. And it aligns with this broader trend of using crypto to promote financial inclusion.
Absolutely. For people who don't have access to traditional banking services, crypto can be a game changer.
It really can. Okay, now let's journey to the Himalayas
Okay.
and revisit that fascinating story of Bhutan and its embrace of crypto.
Bhutan, it's not every day you see a nation often perceived as isolated and traditional becoming a pioneer in the Web3 world.
I know it's pretty cool. Bhutan's decision to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB as part of its strategic reserves.
Wow.
It's a bold move that challenges conventional thinking about national wealth.
It's like they're rewriting the rules of the game.
They are.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating case study in how smaller countries can leverage Web3 to their advantage.
Right. They're not just adopting crypto, they're actively shaping its future.
And it makes you wonder, what if more countries followed Bhutan's lead?
Could we see a future where crypto plays a significant role in global finance?
That's the question. Speaking of shaking up the financial world, let's head back to Hong Kong
Back to Hong Kong.
and delve deeper into that lawmaker's ambitious proposal to use the city's exchange fund to buy Bitcoin.
This is a clear sign of Hong Kong's determination to establish itself as a global crypto hub.
They're not just talking about it, they're taking concrete steps to make it happen. But as with any bold move,
There are risks involved.
right? Some critics worry about the potential for market manipulation and the wisdom of investing public funds in such a volatile asset.
It's a reminder that navigating the Web3 world requires careful consideration of both the opportunities and the potential downsides.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's turn our attention back to that messy legal battle involving the Solana co-founder and his ex-wife.
Oh, yes. That's a stark reminder that while Web3 offers exciting possibilities, it also introduces new complexities.
That can create real-world challenges.
Exactly. The case highlights the need for greater clarity and legal frameworks when it comes to crypto ownership.
Especially in situations like divorce, where those traditional rules may not apply.
Right. It also emphasizes the importance of understanding the nuances of staking and how it can impact ownership rights.
It's a lesson for everyone involved in the crypto space.
Absolutely. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications.
Yeah.
For future disputes involving crypto assets, it's a story worth watching closely.
So far, we've explored a wide range of Web3 news, from government initiatives to celebrity NFT drops.
Even personal dramas playing out on the blockchain.
But what does it all mean?
Let's move beyond the individual stories and delve into the broader trends and implications shaping the future of Web3.
Oh.
What we're witnessing is a fundamental shift in how we think about finance technology.
And even society itself.
It's a shift towards decentralization, transparency, and individual empowerment.
But it's also a shift that comes with challenges and uncertainties.
Absolutely. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore these trends in more detail and consider what they might mean for the future.
Sounds good.
We'll examine the potential benefits and risks, the ethical considerations, and the role of governments and individuals in shaping this new world.
Welcome back to the deep dive. So as we wrap up our exploration of this week's Web3 news.
Let's take a step back
Okay.
and consider the bigger picture.
We've seen governments embracing Bitcoin,
Right.
a former president launching NFTs, even a divorce case highlighting those complexities of crypto ownership.
It seems clear that Web3 is no longer a niche topic.
No, it's not.
It's woven into the fabric of our world.
Yeah, it's like we're watching this new world unfold
Yeah.
where technology is reshaping how we think about finance, governance, even our relationships with each other.
What's fascinating is we're still in the early stages.
Oh, yeah.
We're witnessing the birth of a new technological paradigm,
Yeah.
and the possibilities are both exciting and daunting.
They are one of the key themes that has emerged from this week's news, is this idea of Web3 as a global phenomenon.
That's right. We've seen stories from the US, Asia, even the tiny Himalayan nation of Bhutan, all embracing crypto and blockchain in their own unique ways.
It's a reminder that Web3 isn't bound by geographical borders or those traditional power structures.
It's a decentralized movement
Yeah.
that's empowering individuals and communities around the world.
And that global reach is one of the things that makes Web3 so powerful.
It really is.
It has that potential to connect people,
Yeah.
foster innovation, create new opportunities.
That transcend national boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it also presents challenges.
It does. How do we ensure that this new world is inclusive and equitable?
Yeah. And how do we navigate those regulatory complexities of a decentralized system?
These are questions we're going to continue to grapple with as Web3 evolves.
Yeah, for sure. But it's crucial that we have these conversations
Absolutely.
and work together to shape a future that benefits everyone.
Another key theme that's emerged this week
Good.
is that tension between innovation and regulation.
Yes.
We've seen governments experimenting with different approaches to crypto.
Right. From embracing it as legal tender to cracking down on its use.
It's a delicate balancing act.
Yeah. On the one hand, we want to foster innovation and allow Web3 to flourish.
Right.
But on the other hand,
We need to protect consumers and ensure that the system is stable and secure.
so the challenge for regulators is to create a framework that strikes the right balance.
That encourages responsible innovation while mitigating risk.
Yeah. It's a complex task. There's no easy answer.
Yeah.
But one thing is clear. Web3 is here to stay.
It is.
It's already transforming the world around us, and its impact will only grow in the years to come.
So what can we do as individuals to navigate this new world?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's essential to stay informed.
Yes. Keep learning about Web3, its technologies, its implications.
Don't be afraid to ask questions and explore different perspectives.
Engage with the community, participate in discussions, share your knowledge.
And remember, Web3 is still in its early stages.
It is. There's a lot of experimentation happening.
Yeah.
Things are changing rapidly.
So be prepared to adapt.
Right.
Learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
Embrace the unknown.
It's an exciting time to be a part of this movement.
It is.
It's a time of great opportunity, but also a time for responsibility.
I like that. Let's work together to build a Web3 that is inclusive, equitable.
And sustainable for all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as always, remember, our content is for informational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice.
Right.
Always do your own research.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Web3.
We'll see you next week for another exploration of the latest news and trends shaping this exciting space.